begin here. 24-year-old Shudufhadzo Musida has been crowned Miss South Africa 2020 in Cape Town. Musida, who grew up in a village in Limpopo, holds a Bachelor of Social Sciences in Philosophy, Politics and Economics from the University of Pretoria. She's currently studying towards her BA Honours in International Relations at the University of the Witwatersrand. All right, we are now joined via Skype by Miss South Africa Beauty Pageant Chief Executive Stephanie Weil. A very good afternoon to you, Stephanie. Thank you for joining us once again.
Good afternoon, Flo. Thanks for having me.
Well, the last time we spoke, Stephanie, we were quite concerned about, this year was going to be different either way for the Miss South Africa pageant. And, there were concerns about how, I think the last time that we spoke, you were still kind of choosing the finalists and so forth. Talk to us about how the process ended up being carried out and how it was for you as the organizers of this pageant.
I think it's been an interesting one. It has had to be innovative. At the end of the day, the good thing was that we opened entries online, so it was fantastic that we got that out. Had the most entries ever, and I think we were fortunate in our own way with the timing, because I think people kind of took a step back and were like, okay, we could do this now. And then, of course, the first set of interviews all happened virtually, and that's when we last spoke. And I think then we went back to the drawing board and we were like, how are we going to make this production amazing, considering the fact that we can't have an arena filled with 7,500 people. With the city of Cape Town, we worked on really making Cape Town the base of the production, doing things as you saw last night, like swimwear being done on the beach and the evening gown scene being done on the bridge to nowhere. So it was a little bit more using creative spaces because we didn't have the audience to play with.
Yeah, and your reaction then to our new crowned queen, the new Miss South Africa. It is quite exciting, isn't it? It's always an exciting time for the Miss South Africa pageant, isn't it?
It's fantastic, and Shudufhadzo is just so incredible. I am so excited for our journey together. I'm excited to be with her and do this together. I think she's just the most incredible young woman, and she deserves nothing more than the best, nothing less than the best.
Well, I want to talk to you about these amazing prizes I heard about. I was quite envious of some of those prizes, in fact, as I was listening about all those prizes. But what was surprising to me was the fact that, it's been quite a tough year for many companies. I mean, we've heard a lot of companies complaining about what COVID-19 has done to their companies, but Miss South Africa pageant was still able to get some really great brands on as sponsors. Are you surprised? I'm sure you're grateful, but, were you also quite surprised at that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's been really tough for us too. Things have been hard, and we are, as you said, I'm incredibly grateful to the brands who have come on board, and I think that it just shows that there's a belief in what we do at the organization. It's a belief in these young women and, ensuring that they can further themselves. So I'm incredibly grateful. It's been incredibly challenging, and I think that Shudufhadzo is going to have everything her heart desires, and I'm just grateful that we managed to do that during these times. And I think the pageant as a whole being able to be done during these times has been quite spectacular, in my opinion. I'm not sure if everybody knows kind of what's gone on behind the scenes, ensuring COVID safety checks constantly, trying to figure out how to do this under the conditions. So I'm truly proud of what we delivered, and I'm really proud to be able to have a new queen.
Stephanie, let's talk about the breaking of stereotypes and what we've sort of what I can say we've been sort of been shoved down our throats really when it comes to what beauty pageant queens are. Last year we had a Miss South Africa with very short hair. This year we have a Miss South Africa with what we call a cheeskop, with no hair at all. I mean, it's really fantastic to have a situation where really everyone is kind of represented, and a curvy Miss South Africa at that, if I might add. It's really interesting the kind of direction and to watch the kind of direction that pageants are taking, and I see that Miss South Africa is really kind of being at the forefront of breaking all sorts of stereotypes. I'm sure you're priding yourselves in that at the moment, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely, and it goes without saying. It was my intention, and you do everything with intention, I believe. when we took over, or when I took over this organization, was to encourage and ensure transformation in all respects. And I believe I pride myself on that mostly. For me, Miss South Africa has to represent this country. She has to be a voice for young girls. And everybody knows what Zozibini said when she said, see your face reflected in mine. This is what it means. It's supposed to be representative. And they're not being chosen because they're different. They're being chosen because they are the best representation and they are best doing this job. And for me, it just is more encouraging that we can see this transformation and we are leading. And redefining beauty standards, which is just so incredible to be able to do.
Yeah. Stephanie, thank you so very much for speaking to us. We certainly do appreciate your time, and send our regards, please, to the new Miss South Africa from SABC News. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Flo. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. All right. That's Miss South Africa Beauty Pageant Chief Executive Stephanie Weil there speaking to us this afternoon about our newly crowned Miss South Africa this afternoon. All right. Moving on then. The communication